Okay, hello. I'm now showing my new pedal. This time it's not my ugly prototype. It's a really good looking one. I think this is already sold. I made it for a guy on demand, and I'm planning on making more of these ones on demand. So if you are interested in buying this pedal or a similar one, you can contact me via Facebook or YouTube comments, and we can talk about it. Yes, this pedal here is now powered by a 9-volt block behind this wall. You can open the screws and replace the battery, and the battery is just in place. It's not loose. But you can also power it with a USB. This here is the USB port from the Arduino circuit. The whole pedal works with an Arduino circuit. This is the Midi cable output, the Midi out, and the looper has a Midi in with the same cable. The cable you will need then looks like this. It's a common Midi cable. You can buy it in internet or music stores, I don't know. Yeah, this is the outside. I will make a demonstration. I don't know if it will be short. I think not. And the first thing I want to demonstrate is something I won't use now, but just for you to know that it's possible. If I hold this button down and turn the looper on, no, the looper not, the pedal on, this blue light blinked. And this blue light blinking means in the moment this pedal will not be able to communicate with the looper, but it will be able to communicate with a computer. So you can use the pedal in its whole functionality with up to 15 commands, or all the time 15 commands it can send with Ableton Live, for example, or another computer program that is you can run with a MIDI pedal. So, but I want to communicate with the looper, and the moment it's this will not work, so I push the button again and turn it off. I can now hold the button again and turn it on, and now the green light will be blinking. Yes, this means now we are in the mode to communicate with the looper. So now I can attach the MIDI cable, and I have 3 different modes in this pedal. The first mode I want to show you, I can reach with the combination of this button and this button being pressed simultaneously. In this mode, I have this wheel that is now not an expression wheel, but a wheel that changes the layers of these 5 buttons. This mode is a mode that's good for people who want to have 1 push button per track. So if I go to my POTI select memory slot in the looper, I have now a blank looper setup here, but in the memory I told the looper what to do with the things that the pedal will now send, information the pedal will now send in the mode where the wheel is the one that changed the layers. And this is important for all your understanding of this pedal. The pedal will not say play track 1, the pedal will only send command change numbers, and you tell the looper what to do with this command change numbers. The looper can accept up to 16 different command change numbers, and you are the one who defines what the looper will do with it. I defined in this memory slot here that the command change 1 to 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will all be record and overdub and play from the tracks 1 to 5. I can demonstrate. This here is 1, and if I press again, it will stop recording and enter the overdub because I didn't change this in the memory slot. I can make the 4th record also. Now it's recording. And this is on the green mode. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the green mode is always record, play, and overdub. If I turn the wheel and go to the red mode, I will now have the stops. I can stop track 1 and stop track 4. This is the way I set it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the command change 9 is stop track 4. Then I've got on blue, if I turn the wheel again, this button is undo. The last thing recorded can now be undoed or redoed. And now this is not a button, a track specific thing. I could now also make undo track 1, undo track 2, undo track 3, or even clear track 1, track 2, track 3. But I thought, okay, if I'm working with this, I'm not working with this, but I can show you it's more you can make. I have now these two buttons to control the input effects. Turn the effect on here on A, and I can jump to the next and turn it on again, and jump to the next and turn this on. I can turn it off again also. Always with this button I jump to the next and I turn it off. I don't know if you can see here on my home screen, if I push this button, yeah, there's changing the star. The star indicates which is the chosen input effect and also the track effect. So if you can see here, the star is on the or snowflake or whatever it is now showing me that B is the current track effect. If I turn this wheel now, I will change the intensity of the B effect. Now I can turn the effect B on or off, and I can also jump 2 times, so I'm on A now and can turn it on and off. So that's the wheel selection mode. But I prefer to use another mode that can be reached with the combination of this button and the upper right button. Now we are on a mode that has this 5 elements giving signals to the looper, and this button will not give any information to the looper. It would change the layers now. Now you can change the layers with a button click. It's always going round and round and round. If you long press this button, you will activate the expression wheel. And I thought it's pretty good to have the expression wheel turned on and or off. The option to turn it off is important, I think, because if I have it wherever it is, and I change the layer, this here will then send information to something I don't really want the information to be sent. So if I want to use the wheel, I turn it on. If I don't want to use it anymore, I make a long press again and it's off. Okay, in this mode I have these 5 elements that can 3 times send information to the looper. I have a green mode, which in my case is working more with the target track. In the moment this here should be my target track, and I can say with this button I told the looper that this button should be record. Yeah, so it's recording now. And this button is stop, and this is always stop, record, or overdub, or undo, or redo, working with the target track. This is a concept from the looper. It's similar to this chosen active effect. You can jump now with this button. I said this will be the button to jump to the next track. You saw this here were blinking. If I press it again, this is blinking. Press again, this is blinking. So this is now my target track, the 4th. I can now record something on it. I can overdub something on it. I can stop it. I can undo. I can play back again. And I can make it with everything. So now this is my target track, so I can record something here. And this is a mode I really, really think it's worth to be used with a pedal, because now I have much more options than in the mode where only the buttons will give information. Or when every button is like assigned to one track. This target track thing is something I think that's very, very good. In the green mode, the wheel I can show you. This is the target track. I can look at it pressing exit. I can see this is now blinking. This is the target track. If I press here and see the play level and activate now the wheel, you see maybe here is 100. Maybe you cannot see the number for exact, but if I now turn the wheel, you can see that there is a movement, and now there is a 0 because the wheel came to the lowest point, and I can now turn it up again and there is 100. So I can manipulate the volume of the target track with the wheel. But I could also say that other things are connected to the wheel. That's only my choice. I chosen on red to have the possibility to delete something and to make a target track again, to delete more than just one track and going back to green again, change the target track. So I have now a target track and delete on these two buttons, and these two buttons are now the input effect as you know it from the other mode. I have now B being the active one. I can turn it on. I can jump to C, can turn on C, as you know. And I can now turn on the wheel, and the expression wheel is in this case the manipulation from this knob. I can make the intensity of the effect with this wheel. Then I turn off the wheel again, but I don't have to, but it's kind of my workflow. I can show you now on the layer blue. This here is the all start, all stop function. This here I won't use now is the all clear. This here is track effects, choose the active one, and this here is turn on the active one. Okay, now this is the basic functionality of genau, and the wheel now can be, if it's turned on, the manipulation of this knob. So this is the mode I've been playing a lot with, and I think that's really powerful and good. I really enjoy to use this mode because it's very versatile. And I had an idea to make it even more powerful, entering this mode. These two buttons connected to each other will enter the mode. I have the possibility to record my actions and play it back. Record the actions means I will now tell the pedal what to do, but not in the same time to the looper. I will tell him, remember to make a certain actions in a certain this is a bad word, Reihenfolge. So the first action, the second action, the third, the fourth action. I tell the looper this thing, the way it should work, and then with one pressing or releasing of a button, it will send this whole information to the looper. So play back the actions. I can demonstrate it to you. So to demonstrate the record action mode, it's nice to have a bit more of options here. Say you've been looping, and in the end these 2 tracks are off and these 3 tracks are on. Let's say this here has to be off, this 2 has to be on. No? I think that's what I said. Okay, then I go to my record action mode. Now this is my lights to demonstrate to show you this is now the record action mode. I have now the green layer on, but it's negative. So this is my red layer, this is my blue layer. And it's important to know that this is the record action layer or mode, because if I now say stop playing the target track, and if you remember, that's the target track, okay. Stop playing the target track means I leave the mode again and make this being my target track. If I now say stop, it won't stop. It will remember to stop when I say it should stop. Then I jump here and say play. Then I jump to 4 and say play. So I turned off this, turned on this 2, and I can turn on the 4, the 5 also. So I jump, make this being my target track and say stop. Then I can go to the red mode, where I can now jump to A. Now B is my selected. Jump once to C, jump once to A, and turn it on. And then I jump to my target track thing and turn B on. Every time I press the button now, the blue light of the wheel blinked to give me visual feedback that there was really a press. If I think there could be a mistake, an error there, I say no, I don't want this to be played back. I long press now this button, so I can delete everything. but if I'm pretty sure this will work, so stop this, playback this, playback this, stop this, turn on A, turn on B. I can long press this button again, which I used to enter this mode, and we will see now. As I said, stop, play, play, stop, A on, B on, all in one button release. That's important always to know. It will happen on release, because this button has its functionality carried on. It's title track here, title track here, and here it's the all track delete, clear all track, and it will only go into the mode in a long press and leave the mode in a long press. And I can also leave the mode, deleting everything it should be remembering, with a long press of this here. Not with a single press, because a single press in the green mode will only stop a track. So this is the long press function for these two buttons. It's important to say that this is not as the all start, all stop button. Because the looper has not the capability to understand too much signals at the same time. So I had to, as I wrote the code for the pedal, to make a little time pause between the information I sent, and I can give the looper the pedal up to, I think, 16 or 17 informations that it will really be translating to the looper, but it always will be a sequence in time also. Not only it won't be like the start all and all stop. It's not like this. I can demonstrate with an example. I look, this is my title track, good. I enter the record action mode and say play, record title track increase, play, increase, play, increase, play, increase, increase, stop, increase, stop, increase, stop, increase, stop. And now it should be like a flowing movement and not like all start, all stop. You will see now. Yeah. And this were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 5, 15, 16 comments. It really didn't take this much time, but it took a time to make it. So if you want something to be really precise in this record action thing, put it in the beginning, or don't make this long rows as I made now. It's a tool to use really for a bundle of 5 to 10 comments and not 16 in time. It will work, but it will always has this time factor. And this is the record action mode. Yeah, it's my newest. It's the newest software thing I could make, and I think this is pretty amazing. But it requires a bit of practice. So I would suggest in the beginning to use the mode where you don't have a record action and really get to know the pedal, and after it you can use the record action thing. One other thing that could be something that's not that good from in the record action thing is that if you have a long press option, then the moment where you release the button is the moment that gives information to the looper, not the moment you press. And if you make like this, yeah, sure, the releasing moment is not so far away from the pressing moment, but I had the pedal working on 4 buttons with long press options, and I could see that's not that good as I thought. So this is one other thing why you could prefer not to use the record action thing, because in this mode with the record action functionality, you have only 2 buttons without a long press option. The upper row has always a long press option in every mode. You can access the record action mode also in the blue mode and leave it in the blue mode. So it's maybe more interesting for some of you to have all 4 buttons really playing on the point and being very straightforward. But I thought, yeah, it's a kind of compromise, because jumping from one target track to the other is something that don't need to be on the millisecond I press the button. Also the stop, yeah, it's okay. I prefer the redo and undo to be really on top, and the stop is okay to be 10 milliseconds after I press the button. But the record, if the record thing is not really on the point, this could be a bit weird. Yeah, that's it. That's my pedal. That's pretty much all functions I implemented on it on this Arduino circuit. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching it until the end, and if you're interested in having one of those, yeah, you can contact me on Facebook or YouTube comments and let me know, and we can talk about it, that I can build one of this for you. Bye.